After World War II, Mao Zedong led the communist forces to victory over the nationalist government, who fled to Taiwan after their defeat. He began by creating the Republic of China and leading the country to full communist control under his power.
As Mao began to reshape China's economy, he gave land to peasants, but then called for a collectivization. Under this system, Mao moved people from their small villages and individual farms into communes of thousands of people who worked on huge acres of land.
Known as the Great Leap Forward, the program was intended to increase farm and industrial production in China. Instead, it led to the neglect of farmland and produced low-quality, useless goods. Bad weather and food shortages caused over 55 million people starvation.
After the Great Leap Forward, Mao wrote the Little Red Book, which promoted the revolution and taught communist morals. From this, he led a generation of young people to hate traditional tendencies and who would lead the revolution. Mao Zedong began to remove the bureaucratic tendencies from China, beginning the Cultural Revolution. Skilled workers and managers were removed from factories and forced to work on farms or in labor camps. This resulted in a slowed economy and a threat of civil war as the people began to revolt against the communist government.
When border clashes caused the Soviets to pull out all aid and advisors in China, U.S. leaders thought that by improving relations with China, they could further isolate the Soviets. In 1979, the United States established diplomatic relations with China.
Korea was an independent nation until Japan invaded in World War II. After the war, American and Soviet forces agreed to divide the Korean peninsula at the 38th parallel. Kim Sung-II, a communist, ruled the north, and Syngman Rhee allied with America and controlled the south. In 1950, North Korean troops attacked South Korea and the United Nations forces stopped them along the Pusan perimeter, where they began advancing north. Mao sent troops to help the North Koreans, and the UN forces were pushed back south of the 38th parallel.
In 1953, both Koreas signed an agreement to end the fighting, although troops remained on both sides of the demilitarized zone. Over time, South Korea enjoyed an economic boom and a rise in living standards, while communist North Korea's economy declined. Because of North Korea's emphasis on self-reliance, they stayed isolated and poor and clung to communism despite their advancement to South Korea.